December 2008 Care for cows in Vrindavan Kisore graduates Sabjawala welcome Balarama flight in fear new arrivals Care for cows in Vrindavan CFC trustees Vraja Mohan Dasa Hayavalabha Dasa Amit Dhulani Rakesh Rahira patrons Radha Jiban Dasa Suresh Vajiani CFC staff Kurmarupa Dasa Dr. J.P. Lavanya Kesi Nisudana Dasa Braja Gopal Dasa, Switzerland, Laxmi Rupa Dasi, Denmark, Isani Devi Dasi, Holland, Syam Hari Vijay, Ramu, Ramakisan, Mithan, Sukumar editor Kurmarupa Dasa Care for cows in Vrindavana is inspired by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada founder Acharya International Society for Krishna Consciousness Gomati Vidya that body of water which nourishes a thirsty cow becomes as good as the Ganga, Yamuna, Sindhu or Sarasvati. The body of the cow hosts all holy rivers and sacred places. The cow is the source of all nourishment and religious principles. The goddess of fortune Lakshmi resides in the dung of the cow. By offering respect to cows, one captures the four objectives of life, dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. Therefore, all intelligent persons who desire benefit should offer obeisances to the cows. Vishnu Dharmadhara Part 240-249-58 Jayasri Guru. Jayasri Gopala. Jayasri Gomata. CA-Refercows.org Care for Cows in Vrindavan is a charitable trust registered in India, USA, Holland, and Switzerland. Many of the bulls that roam the streets stalking the vegetable vendors become very capable of taking care of themselves. Sabjawala, as the local vendors call him, is a healthy example. He was injured by a careless motorist and suffered a nasty gash below his hip. Flies went to work and in a few days maggots burrowed 3 inches into his flesh. Despite his regular licking, his wound became festered and constantly oozed blood and pus. Some of the local vendors tried to treat the wound with disinfectants, but since Sabjawala is not very friendly, their treatment could not be thorough. 3 men loaded the unwilling Sabjawala on our truck and brought him in for treatment. Since he has been on his own for about 2 years, he was not interested to be confined to the Goshala and repeatedly tried to break out. We ended up tying him for a week until his wound was healed. When we untied him, we opened the gate so he could leave, but since he had been so well fed, he decided to stay and is presently settling into the herd well. Above, after being tied securely, Syam Hari and Vijay clean Sabjawala's wound. Below, Sabiwala's deep nasty gash healed after 8 days of careful dressing. Kisore graduates. Kisore has been with us since February 2002 and has always been friendly but somewhat high-strung. We moved him to Belvan with the other bulls, but he refused to settle in there, so we brought him back. He protested a bit more than usual when he began his training, but we patiently persisted. In time he accepted and has now joined our working oxen in transporting village children to school. He is now obedient and very strong. The system our bull trainers use is that 2 candidates are first tied together and made to march in a long oval track. After 2 days of this practice, they put the team in a light bamboo training yoke and drill them for another 2 days. Then they drag an old tire loaded with bricks around the training area for 3 or 4 days learning voice commands. Next they are paired with a trained bull and begin to pull the empty cart around the barnyard. After a day of this practice, they go out on the road and pull the empty cart to the school, which is about 2 kilometers away. When they begin to transport the students, their trainer walks beside them for a week, helping them overcome the various obstacles Vrindavan's busy streets offer. One day Kisore sensed that a parked motorcycle may impede the passage of the cart and tossed it aside with a carefree nudge with his horn. Fitting the training yoke on Balaji and Muddy in training. Kisore and Nitai training. Vrinda is an orphaned calf who has been with us for more than a year. Recently she received a nice gift sent by her sponsors Madhava Dasa and family. It is a very durable cowbell with her name engraved on it. The tightly woven colorful nylon strap promises to last several years. Madhava had a smaller version made which he keeps in his house next to a photo of Brinda. He plans to do the same for the other 2 residents he sponsors here. Those of you who wish to arrange for similar bells for other members of the herd may do so by contacting Madhava at altel.net. At present the bell is a bit big Frovranda, but she is expected to grow into it soon. Special cow special bell welcome Balarama Balarama Shanti Shanti's daughter Ranjanai and Balarama was a surprise to all of us except his mother Ranjanai, who is barely 3 years old. We were not aware that she was pregnant until a few hours before she gave birth. Though we have been trying to control the breeding owing to our space limitations in Sundrak, several cows have surprised us. There are definitely some clandestine meetings going on which defy our surveillance. In any case, before he was 1 hour old, Philip and his wife from Croatia visited the Goshala and became captivated by the newborn calf. They had come to take photos of our project for publication in a magazine in their country. After shooting many pictures of the calf and his mother, they decided to sponsor him and named him Balarama. Ranjanai was born to Shanti in 2005 and has been always quiet and friendly. Shanti and her mother arrived at Care for Cows in 2000, both suffering from advanced hoof and mouth disease, FMD. They were emaciated from being unable to eat owing to lesions on their gums and tongue. We began treating them and Shanti survived, but her mother died. Shanti is being sponsored by Dr. Janice Oliver, USA, and Ranjanai by Bharat Samtani, Mumbai. Balarama is healthy and strong and is blessed with a thick coat to get him through the winter. Flight in fear Mahaprasad getting Celeste after his wound was cleaned. It was the last Ekadasi in Kartika and the Parikrama path was packed with thousands of excited pilgrims. 2 men were perusing me and I was doing my best to lose them in the river of people. I noticed they were using a cell phone to coordinate their assault. As I wove in and out of the crowd, I was plagued by hundreds of flies swarming around a discharging wound on my neck. The 2 men were gaining on me, so I jumped through an open gate into a small ashrama hoping to lose them. It didn't work and I got trapped. Another man suddenly appeared with a cell phone to assist the others and they all at once lunged at me. One grabbed my ear, the second wrapped a rope around my neck and the third clamped an iron fist behind the hump on my back and my knees buckled and I fell to the ground. In great desperation I let out an alarm call, feeling like the end was near. Soon it became apparent that they were not going to harm me and were actually trying to help. They wrapped a cloth around my wound and walked me to Care for Cows, where they promptly washed the dried blood and pus off my neck and removed more than 300 maggots from my wound. What I thought was going to be the end turned out to be a new beginning. Now they tell me I have been named Mahaprasad by my sponsors Vijda Dasa and Arya Devi Dasi in Canada. New arrivals this month: we admitted another Nilgai, Antelope, who had been hit on the Delhi-Agra highway. She has a laceration behind her left ear, and substantial swelling in her jaw which complicates and limits eating and rumination. Initially she would not eat by herself but would accept bananas and spinach if hand-fed. Her front leg is also injured. Each adult Nilgai we have previously admitted has died from shock. This one, however, is improving rapidly, so we are hopeful she will adapt. Other arrivals this month are the 3 young bulls pictured above. They are healthy and between 9 months and 2 years old. We suspect the one with the nose harness was rejected as untrainable, but will test him after he settles into the herd. The other 2 bulls are healthy and we suspect they were turned out from a local dairy as they are well-mannered. Ajit Ananda Dasa Alessandra Petrassi Ananda Dasa Anonymous Bhagavati Dasi Bhakta Ash Andramukha Dasi Das Ezermail David Kazanau David Thornton Deepika Grover Dhritarashtra and Tulasi Dhruva Maharaja Dasa Dina Tareen Dasi Doyle Govinda Dasa Eka Gopi Dasi Emily Jaminyan Eric from Gaurn Gapriya Dasi Himwati Greenberg Hamsa Avatara Dasa Hemant Krishna Sharma Indira Ghatak Jagannath Rao Jagannath and family Jalandhar Bidhi Jayadeva Dasa Jeffrey Walters Karunika Dasi Katarina Polonsky Kesavapriya Dasi Keshvarapriya Dasi Kitri and Rita Waterman Labangalatika Dasi Laxmi Rupa Dasi Lilia Tonava Lisa Kubis Lucian Wyatt Matanan Madhava Dasa and family Maha Mantra Dasi Mariana Polinsky Mathuradish Dasa Michael Tarlenton Mini Katana Rama Dasa Naval Kaiser Dasa Alexandra Avadesian Pravika Nandakishore Purnama C Dasi Radha Jivan Dasa Radha Kund Dasi Radha Mohan Savak Ryan Ko and JB Hari Rohini Sudha Dasa Samath Kanta Dasi Sankirtana Dasa Sharon Napa Espi Radar Srini Ketan Dasa Sufram Marshal Surendra Shah TK Chaudhry Tatiana Leonova Vidyasagar Lakhan Victoria Tim Vishal Komer Vrindavan Vilasanai Dasi Vyasapada Dasa Vyasadev Kamunitas Yadu Prakashya Janavika Dasa. May cows stay in front of me, may cows stay behind me, may cows stay on both sides of me. May I always reside in the midst of cows. Hari Bhaktavila 16.252. The cows send their heartfelt thanks to those who assisted during November 2008. Thank you from the cows.